You are very welcome back to the foodie finale of tonight's show. And Erica, remind us exactly what's on the menu.
So we're making a one-tray wonder, which is with roast chicken and plums, sticky plums I'm calling them because there's a bit of honey.
Okay.
And I've got sage and potatoes. It's basically the whole dinner in one dish.
Love that.
It's
Okay.
deadly.
Okay.
It's brilliant for kids and it's just so easy. That's the only washing up, these two bits. Now, I'm delighted to have you back, so I'm going to get Luke to start doing the job for me. There's a bit of sage in it, so just pick off the leaves for me if you don't mind.
No,
This is
I've got to work as well. Hang
You
on a
have to
minute.
work for your
Picking the
dinner.
leaves is too easy for him.
I missed this part, I have to say. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually make the sauce, the kind of marinade, the dressing as such. You could put it on the chicken hours before if you want. It's still delicious putting it on just before. So I'm starting with some honey, and that's going in. It's about 2 tablespoons. All the recipes will be up online. We'll find the details, and you can vary it if you want to do more or less. So this balsamic vinegar, I love the kind of, the caramelization. It gives a stickiness. Then I've got olive oil. Like you could do it in a little NutriBullet thing or a little machine if you had it, if you didn't want to have to chop that garlic. That's all that is chopped garlic.
How many?
But you know me now, come on, 4.
Lash
You'll
them
have to get used to this,
lash them
Karen.
in
Are you
there,
all
yeah.
right?
I know, I love it.
I've no cheese tonight. Usually there's cheese. I got given out to the other day because I have too many recipes with cheese.
And what's that you've just put in?
Sorry,
Mustard?
that is mustard. So that's whole grain mustard. And then a really nice flavour that goes very well with sage as well as the plums is allspice. So I'm going to put about a teaspoon of allspice in. It's found in most supermarkets. It's kind of a little bit old-fashioned as such. It's not used as much these days, but it's definitely still there and delicious. And then that's salt and some pepper.
Could you nearly tweak this for a salad dressing, Erica?
Yeah, 100% actually. Yeah, it's very like one, isn't it? Yeah, you could. It's probably a little bit too much honey.
Yeah.
And the balsamic to olive oil is 2 to 2 here, so I just do 1 to 3 balsamic to olive oil.
Okay.
And so that's it, guys. It's so easy. Like I'm shaking that around, and at this point, we basically put in all our filling.
At this point, I'm starving.
At this point, I'm starving.
Smells great,
So
Erica.
gorgeous
Smells
plums, doesn't it? Gorgeous plums.
Cut them so nicely without the seed in the middle. What's the trick?
Okay, let's see. So if you look at a large plum like that, there's a little bum on it, essentially. Go down the line of the bum and go all the way around. Keep your knife hitting the stone so your knife meets itself.
Like
as
you
it
would
comes.
with an avocado. Just go
Like you would. And always with avocados and plums and any stone fruit, just do it on a board. There's plenty of people going to hospital with avocado. And then do a little twist.
That's exactly
and you've
like an
definitely got
avocado.
one half is free, and then what I do is I just do the other half and it will tear away. You can literally either cut it off or it will come down the centre part if you want to just nip the side like that.
Lovely. And if they're a little firm, does that matter? Because sometimes it can be hard to get them just that perfect ripeness.
Wouldn't be great for a salad, but for something like this, you're
They're going
right.
to soften up.
It's ideal.
Yeah.
It's ideal. And another reason it's ideal is for kind of slightly on the turn ones, because you're baking them. So, you know, if they're a little bit soft or the kids won't eat them or, you know.
Yeah, mine wouldn't.
Yeah, they're just like, no, it's gone off. It's not gone off. It's delicious. But it's much nicer when it's roasted, then they wouldn't have a clue. So these are little baby spuds because I want to make this a full dinner.
And
no
you
messing.
really chop them up.
Yeah, and some of them, like, they're all new season. Like, they're absolutely gorgeous.
They're not parboiled or anything, just straight in.
No, absolutely not. So I'm doing this kind of for about 40 minutes, and you'll see the size of my pieces of chicken. It will take a bit longer if you're using bigger pieces of chicken. Also, you could do this as a Sunday roast. The kind of flavourings are lovely. So these
There's a saving on washing up for Sunday.
Isn't it?
exactly.
Big chicken on top, take a bit longer. And this is it, guys. I'm placing my chicken inside here. Kind of give it a little
But it is a great midweek
turn
dish.
around.
I love the colour that you've already got there, just with the raw veg.
And it's going to come out this way as well. Wait, you see.
Fab.
I love that I get to give you guys a little taste as well.
It's comfort food, is that basically?
Comfort food
Right.
Yeah.
in the oven. Forget about it. We're going to do a little bit of a toss halfway through. Add a little bit of butter, my favourite, and that's it. Forget about it, really. So I wanted to show you. I put in the lemons whole, okay? So like with their skin on, I mean. Lots of people wouldn't do this, but actually, when they cook and they go kind of jammy, some people like the tartness of the lemon rind. So they go in there, but the flavour they bring. So you don't have to eat them, but some people would. and they go in there and just bring gorgeous colour and flavour. And thank you, Mr. Professor O'Neill, for
if you don't mind us saying, it would be nothing without the sage.
It would be nothing without the sage.
Yeah.
And sage
Skillfully
again.
torn up. Now.
Well, we did notice.
Didn't waste a
4 years in college doing
right.
that sage.
And they put me on a telly turn up sage, isn't it great?
That doesn't look gorgeous. It's so colourful. So don't forget, turn it halfway through. I've a knob of butter, depending on whatever size you want to put in. That's how much I put in, one on either end. Give it a little toss.
Halfway through, you'd pop the butter in.
Halfway through, so about 20 minutes and then another 20 minutes. Again, I've cut that was one breast of chicken, it was huge, it was lovely free-range chicken breast, so I cut that into 3 to match the same size as the thighs. I often cook with chicken thighs on here because I encourage people to try different parts of the bird.
Yeah.
Really delicious and really full of flavour.
And how many people is that going to feed you then?
That's 4.
That's
That's what I don't know. You know, 4. We're all so different, right? Don't look at that.
I mean, that literally could be one.
Like I'll eat that much. My
Wouldn't go far
boyfriend
in
will
my
eat
house.
the rest. That's only 2. You know, it's hard to tell. But I try and measure it out to work for
Yeah.
in around 4.
Lovely.
Especially
She's
those.
thinking of portion sizes.
I do think
No,
portion sizes.
I don't think of.
And so we're going to go straight into the oven, and I'm going to pull out. I love this
Here
bit.
it is, Luke.
One you made earlier.
Here's
The one she made earlier. Here's your dinner.
Look at that.
So it's gotten some gorgeous caramelisation on the top.
Okay. So it's 40 minutes in the oven.
40
What
minutes
kind of
and
heat?
quite hot, 200. So it is.
All right.
And if you want a bit more, you know, crunchy bits, you can actually just pop on the grill. Now
Yeah,
we've got
it
all
has
that.
been in the oven, so be careful there. That's best.
Absolutely,
It's the first
guys.
dish to be
Look at
cooked
all
in the
that
oven.
homemade
Yeah,
gravy.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Because last night's dish was on the hob.
Grill. I love that. I'm delighted I get to feed. This is my favourite bit. I miss that a lot now. Being able to feed you all. So, Karen, I'm going to do yours
that
first.
great?
Is there anything you don't eat, Karen? I got to learn these things.
No, literally nothing.
You love everything. Okay.
I eat absolutely everything.
All right. Well, while Erica is plating up, let's get to some of our comments, and there's been loads. Luke,
indeed.
there's been a great response to the vaccines here, says Christine. But does Luke know of any serious side effects that have come from the vaccine? A friend told me about someone who suffered a bad stroke after getting vaccinated, but I am dubious about this.
No, I mean, there's at least 2 billion people have been vaccinated, say, with Pfizer, for example, already. Really nothing to worry about. They're fantastically safe. There's very rare examples of side effects, of course, but overall, no, they're very, very safe.
I think that story of the BBC presenter Lisa Shaw probably scared people a lot when it's such a high-profile
It does
case
scare
after the
people.
AstraZeneca.
There's very rare cases. Luckily, though, the vast majority, it's perfectly safe, which is great.
Yeah.
Let's ask you about festivals. Emily wants to know, what do you think about the Cornwall Festival that ended in hundreds of cases? They've even called it, it's the Boardmasters Festival in Cornwall. They're calling it the festival variant over
Yes,
there.
well, that was interesting because they didn't mandate vaccines for that festival, Karen. It was testing or vaccines, you see. So the testing mustn't have been as effective as they would have liked, you see. That's one reason for it, by the way. But again, that hasn't given rise to massive increase in hospitalisations.
Okay,
So even though
that's the
cases
key.
went up, it hasn't exactly turned into the hospital system being, as far as we know at the moment. You know.
Okay. And Claire Dillon is one of the many who have been in touch. Can you ask Luke if he has any gigs lined up now that restrictions are being loosened?
See?
Where can we see the metabolics?
What are they called? Flash gigs? We'll suddenly pounce, you see. We'll suddenly be in a pub somewhere and we'll play. You never know.
Okay, well, the invitation is there for you to come and perform
That
for
was
us,
your
Luke.
first time at the
We'd
invite.
love to
Very
see
good.
it. Okay,
Erica.
dig in.
I'm
We
gonna
dig
have to
in.
taste it.
Right.
The big dish. Make sure you get a plum because we're not really used to them too much in a savoury situation.
It is delicious.
Well, what do you think? Okay, it's good.
Plums are gorgeous.
Remember, by the way, if you want to recreate this yourself at home, head over to our Facebook page for Erica's full recipe, or just search VMTV Food on YouTube to watch it back.
Indeed, that is all we have time for tonight. A big thank you to Professor Luke O'Neill. Erica Drum. I got to meet her in real life. Thank you so much for tonight's grub. Yes, delish.